peeps, during the winter, I put on a lot of weight. So I was looking for ways to cut back and not spend so much on fast food, because you know I'm a fat kid and I love to eat. So I invested in Chef's Plate. Today I'm gonna try them out for the first time. I'm gonna do 2 recipes because unfortunately I only got the 2 people one and I got 4 people in my house. So I'm gonna start off with this Thai-inspired spring roll bowl. And then after I get that one done, I'm gonna make these chicken fajita burgers. Let's jump into it. So now I'm going to have to get my ingredients. So I'm gonna give you this little bag. So let's see what we got in this first bag. This is the Thai-inspired spring rolls, red bell pepper, seasoned rice vinegar, Thai spice blend, some soy sauce, smooth operator peanut butter, toasted sesame oil, then we got our sticky rice. So that means we are missing some ingredients. We have a bit of a checklist. So I'm going to check off everything we got so far, because there is a big bag for the chilled ingredients. So chicken thighs. Remove the chicken thighs. The chicken breast and the chicken burgers. Here are our chicken thighs. Alright. Sweet bell pepper, red cabbage. Shredded red cabbage. And sesame oil, we got that spice blend. Champagne. Onions, do we need onions? No. We do need this garlic though. White cheddar, you don't want to choose water. Oh, I think that was actually just ice. That was actually just ice. So now we got all our ingredients. So the perfect thing about this is it has all the instructions on the back. So the first thing this says, preheat the oven to broil. So let's do that. Okay, so our oven is preheating. The first thing we're going to work on is our sticky rice. So first step of the sticky rice is to pour it in a medium-sized pot. Now it says to cover it in cold water, just enough to cover it all up. So let's make sure my water is nice and cold before I fill it up. Yep, well, put enough just to cover the water. Now, it's just to swirl this with my fingers. I don't know if that's an absolute must. I'm gonna use a little plastic fork. But more or less, I gotta keep doing this over and over. See how that water has a little must to it, color to it? I'm gonna have to keep doing this over and over until I get some clear water. So I'm gonna jump into that process and I'm gonna come back just before the boiling point. Now we're at the second round, so see the water's a little more clear. It's not as dark as it was the first time. So I'm gonna have to do this several times until I get perfectly clear water. Ding, I'll put the sticky rice to boil. I am using a strainer to dump out the water, but I'm not putting the rice in the strainer. I'm just pouring it out over the strainer in case anything falls out. You see, I'm not putting the rice in there. I'm trying to manipulate so that none goes in there. Now, if you look, the water is getting significantly. This is the third trip. The water is actually quite clear now. I'm only going to do it one more time just to be safe. Then I'm going to start the boiling process. Fourth or fifth time, now the water is perfectly clear. I've stirred it up in it. So now at this point, my next move, now that it's not cloudy, is to dump this out. And I'm going to put a 1 1/4 cup of fresh water and some salt. And then I'm going to bring that to a boil over a high heat. So now I'm putting in my exact measurement of water. Oh, some got on the side. Oh man, the drips poured out, but that's alright. And then I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this. Hopefully that wasn't too much. And then put it up here. Make sure all of that is under the water. Yeah, let's get that all under the water. And turn that all the way up to the highest thing so it gets a good boil. I'm gonna let that boil out. Now, we are waiting. Our oven is broiling, so that means we can get our chicken ready. So let me get to that. So now I'm gonna start preparing my chicken. So I'm gonna start with peeling and mincing this garlic. I'm gonna do this off camera. So peeps, I chopped the garlic. I don't know if I chopped it well enough. Next up is pat down the chicken with dry, clean paper towels, which I have done. These are my chicken thighs. So now I'm gonna have to add these to a large bowl. Sorry for that crotch shot there, peeps. Another one. Okay, got my chicken in a large bowl. I'm gonna switch to the tripod, so give me a sec. Now peeps, my sticky rice is just about done. After it came to a boil, I was to put it on medium heat with a cover on and wait until the water evaporated. So that looks about good. I'm supposed to leave it on there for 15 minutes. I left it on a little longer. Let's get you guys situated right over this bowl right here for what I gotta do next. So, first step is add chicken, add the Thai spice blend, which is this. So I'll add this right now. Add, only half the garlic? Why the hell did I chop it all of it? Okay, well, we'll see later if I have to use all the rest of that garlic. So I'm gonna put in half of that chopped up garlic there. And then I got to add 2 teaspoons of oil, season with salt and pepper, and toss and coat. Okay. This is rice vinegar. Toasted sesame oil, that's 1 teaspoon. Okay, I'm gonna get some Be right back. Gonna get some olive oil. Peeps, I had used some extra virgin olive oil. I don't know if that's ideal. It did say cooking oil. I've always known that olive oil is better. So now that we got this all in here, I think I have to add some salt and pepper. That's it. Goes with it. Salt. Then I think I just gotta toss this off. Hopefully I didn't put too much. Hopefully I put enough. And now we gotta just mix this up, toss it more or less. Get all that seasoning, all the garlic, all the oil, everything on there good, mixed up. All right. How does that look, Peach? Does that look good and mixed up? I think I got that seasoning all spread around. So the next step is to throw this in the oven. Unfortunately, I preheated that. Now the recipe calls for me to put them on tin foil, but I'm using parchment paper just because I haven't heard the best things about tin foil. So hopefully this doesn't mess things up and it still cooks right. So I'm going to spread these all on there. Put them on there good. Now, peeps, remember when handling chicken, wash your hands regularly. Chicken is one of those things that you do not mess around with. As you see, I just putting it there. I'm going and I'm washing my hands right away. Double soaping it. This chicken is one of those things that when you are handling it, you have to have extra care. So now, I guess, is the phase of throwing this into the oven. Then we'll start on stir frying our veggies for this dish. Let me just turn on the light on the oven. Let me find it here. Of course, it's the light bulb. So, oh man, I let it preheat the pan in there. That is some amateur ass shit. Talk about amateur hour. I should have checked that. So now we got our chicken in there, set to broil. I gotta leave this in there for, oh god, I almost just touched that with my bare hands. This would not have been fair. I'm just gonna leave this here for now. We're gonna set that in there for 15 minutes, and we're going to flip it halfway. So I'm going to set the timer for 7 minutes. So when that goes off, I will go and flip the chicken. Now I'm going to have to chop the peppers, and I'll be right back. So now I'm going to heat up this pan non-stick. I don't know, but yeah, this should be non-stick. It should be non-stick. With 1 teaspoon, I'm going to eyeball it. Maybe add it a little bit more than I have to. Heat that up. I'm going to start to saute the red pepper and the cabbage once that has been heated up. For 5 to 7 minutes. I am going to be pulling out my chicken in about a minute. It's not absolutely mandatory. I've never been told to do this, but one thing I always do is I always manipulate the oil so that there's a layer right around on there. I don't know, it just seems like it gets it done. Here is my chopped peppers. Let's start the countdown. I gotta flip the chicken in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. So let's pull this out. That actually looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Can you guys see that clearly? Alright. So now I'm gonna flip these. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I was scared they might be a little sticky, but they're not. They're actually perfect. Put them in. So I got, these are supposed to be done for 15 minutes. I put it for 7 first time. So now I'm gonna start the timer back and put it for another 8 minutes. And our chicken should be done. I got a step on the rice. I just have to add something to that. I'll give a minute for that. I'm just waiting for this pan to heat up. Then we're gonna make and mix our peanut sauce. So the final stage of the sticky rice is to add half of this sesame oil. I gotta make sure I do that right. And then fluff it, I think. That's what this is. Fluff it. Is that how? Oh, a little drop more. Because it doesn't look like there's any everywhere. Oh, yeah, we got good. Alright. And it says fluff it, which I have no idea how to do. So I'm just gonna do something random and try to mix it. Looks like I kind of burnt the bottom of this. I might have left it on there a little longer. Oh no, don't tell me I'm supposed to stir it while it was boiling. I do like a little crunch on my food though, so hopefully this is not bad. I'm gonna try just a little bit of this actually. The littlest amount. Okay, okay. It is pretty good. Actually, I really like that. The burn parts are horrible. I fucked this up. So now that we got our pan off heated, I'm gonna add the veggies to it. And I gotta cook these for about 7 minutes or 6. Till they're all tender. And the chicken is just about done. Another minute. So, it's 3:53, so I'm going to be doing these until 4 o'clock. I'm really disappointed with the sticky rice. Now our chicken is just about done. And that looks perfect, actually. I'm going to turn this off. I don't want it to get burnt like the fucking rice, actually. So I usually would leave things in there, but since I've had one bad experience today, I don't want to have to. I'm going to pull my chicken out right away. Okay, now I'm going to make the peanut sauce. I'm going to start off by putting the rest of that sesame oil in there, the other half from earlier. Follow that up with the rest of that chopped garlic. and the next step we have is I'm gonna put all that the little vinegar I got, soy sauce, a teaspoon of sugar, no, half a teaspoon of sugar, and a teaspoon of warm water. That's the soy sauce right there. There's just half a teaspoon of sugar. Fortunately, I had the teaspoon spoon, so that made that very easy to do. Well, I only had a half of one. That's why I took a couple with the water. But I like to be exact with my measurements. I don't like to leave any room for error. And the way this sauce turned out, I'm very glad I did. That's like been amazing. I really enjoy this sauce. Then here I'm going to add the final and most important ingredient, and that's the peanut butter, because it's peanut sauce. So you're definitely going to need some peanut butter. And then now that I have everything in there, to squeeze every little last drop out. There we go. Come on. There we go. Last thing is to whisk this until it's creamy. So I just used a fork and just did a little whisk. It's like when I was looking at it while doing this, I was like, oh man, I messed up. I thought I messed up. But after I whisked it a good amount, it came out a lot better. Like, it looked really damn good. And trust me, peeps, this voiceover is coming later because I had some neighbors in the kitchen at this point, so I kind of had to mute it. So, but this was amazing. My brother told me he loved this. The sauce was like the star of dinner. I'm looking forward to the next episode of my cook show. Now, there's only one more thing to do in the kitchen of Montana, and that's for me to go and try this out. Now, I didn't film the plating. I didn't do it perfectly, but let's go. Okay, people, my plating probably isn't the fanciest, but this is it. The Thai-inspired spring roll bowl. There's only one thing left. That's for me to actually try this. Let's see how it tastes. Damn. That's pretty damn good. Oh man. That peanut sauce is on point. Try these veggies. Oh man, peeps. This is my first time cooking with chef's plate. I'm gonna show you that even if you're just average or not a regular chef, you can cook some amazing things with this service. I was giving my family an amazing dinner. Enjoy, peeps. I'm gonna put a link in the description down below if you want to try out Chef's Plate, so you can get a discount when you order it yourself. Well, that's it for this edition of my cooking show, the Urban Franchise Cooking Show. Yeah, now I got one too. Stay good, peeps, and keep it rich.